Hello there, my name's Tracy Alsam and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Canada. Earlier in October I created this card as part of my World Card Making Day personal challenge, in which I challenged myself to make 24 cards in 24 hours, all from scratch, all using different techniques and stamp sets and things, so I would come up with 24 completely different cards. I really liked this card and it was very well received by a lot of people, so I thought I would do a quick video for you. I'm going to create a tag to go with this card, but showing you how I created this effect here up with the moon. So that's my plan. The Santa and his sleigh comes from this stamp set. It's a new one called Hearts Come Home. It's a really pretty set, but that's the image that I want to use. So I'm going to start with my tag blank. What I have done is I've got a piece of thick Whisper White card. I've cut it at 2.5 inches by 5 1/4. I've scored it at 2.5. And the reason for doing that, not quite in the centre, is that when I'm done, I like to have my opening gift tags with a little lip so that they're actually easy to open. So that's my plan there. So that's done. Now for the moon itself, I'm going to use a 1-inch circle punch, and I have these post-it full adhesive post-it notes, and these are slightly different from standard post-it notes in that instead of it being just adhesive down one edge at about 1/4 inch, these are adhesive everywhere apart from the first 1/4 inch, so it makes it a lot easier to use these on projects. So what I tend to do is to just stick my post-it note onto a piece of scrap paper, just so that I've got something to hold on to and it doesn't stick in the punch. I'm going to punch that out. I'll keep that bit of post-it note. I will use that again later. Now I've got a little tiny lip there that I can use to put that together. So there's my moon. Okay, so I'm going to use ink and stamping sponges to create this effect. I'm going to start with Marina Mist ink. And I'm going to bring in a piece of paper towel just to hold it in place, otherwise I'll end up with ink all over my fingers. So basically just put a little bit of ink on the sponge, and then I'm going to go round in a circular motion on this particular tag. Normally I would use small swirly motions, or I'll go straight across, but this time I actually want to get that movement around the moon so it looks circular. It seems as if by the time you finish sponging you won't actually notice it, but for some reason that's what happened, so that's what I'm doing. Actually, before I move over, I'm going to actually sponge the back of this card as well. This is the movement you would normally see when I'm sponging. So I decided I'm going to make this tag really special. So that's the Marina Mist ink, so it matches. Okay, let's go back to the next colour. This is Island Indigo ink. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go around the moon, but not quite as far in as I did before. So creating a little bit of a lighter effect there. There we go. And you can see how at the edges it catches, and it tends to make the sponging darker, and that's great. It gives you some depth and dimension to the piece. So again, I'm just going to finish off that by sponging that on the back. Now I'm going to come in with Dapper Denim ink. Another blue, slightly darker. And you would think that it doesn't really make a lot of difference, but as you're adding layers of colour, different layers of colour, you'll see some differences in the coverage there. It's a lot nicer to my mind than a solid piece of card that actually just looks like one colour. I like the fact that you can create these different colours. Now I'm going to do the Dapper Denim on the front there. Again, bringing it round, getting that circular motion further out from the gift tag. Really making that sky darker there. Alright, one last colour. This will be Night of Navy, the darkest blue that we have at the moment, Stampin' Up. And I'm just going to go around the very edges there. There we go. And let's just turn that round. And we'll add a little bit more over the back here. There we are. Again, sky is not one solid colour, so I like my sky scenes not to be one solid colour. So that's that. Pick off the, if I can grab it, it is there somewhere, I know it's there somewhere, there it is. Okay, so that gives me a very, very bright moon, which obviously won't do at all. So I'm going to bring in some So Saffron ink, and I'm going to kind of dab it over the top there. And that gives you, again, not a solid colour of yellow for the moon. It's kind of dappled. It's the way the moon tends to look. You've got lots of different colours in there. Now, I need to stamp my Santa and my sleigh now. You can see this stamp set is so new. I haven't even got around to putting the stickers on the back yet. So, right, so here's my Santa and his sleigh. Basic black archival ink. Across the moon. So even though that night sky is quite dark, you can see he shows up very, very well there. And when I'm doing scenes where I've got a moon or a sun or something like that, it's always nice to have something kind of coming in across the front of it. It just seems to make it look a little bit more natural and not just a ball stuck in the middle of the air for no reason. Now, to finish off this front of the tag, I have always artichoke ink, and I have this tree, which is from the classic stamp set Lovely as a Tree, and I'm just going to stamp a few of these trees at different heights, just like that. So it looks like he's flying over a forest. There we go. Now, that ink pad is very, very juicy. I've got lots of wet ink on there. Now I've got some sponging on the inside there. So what I want to do with this actually is I'm going to completely cover the inside of this tag with Always Artichoke ink. If you get a little bit of something on the back, there's always a way around it. So I'm just going to use that Always Artichoke. Very gently. There we go, that's that. Move that out of the way for the moment. And I have a small piece of Whisper White card. This is 2 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And I'm literally just going to sponge around the edges. That, a little bit of Tombow glue on the back. And put it on the inside. Always good to check which way round your tags on your cards are. Otherwise you end up putting them in the wrong place. Don't ask me how I know. So there's the tag there. So easy open. And then to finish off, 1/8 inch circle punch. Little piece of sheer Whisper White ribbon, 1/8 inch ribbon. If I can get it through the little hole there. Doesn't seem to want to do today. In you go, come. There we are. Okay, so tie that up. And there's my tag. So there you are, the tag, the card that inspired it. Lovely little set. And really simple to do. So I hope you found that interesting. Hope you'll give it a try. And I will see you again soon. Bye.